Alright, testing 1, 2, 3. I hear that. Now, finally, after the demand video and the supply video, we are in the very important area when demand actually meet up with supply. Alright, now for this I'm going to break up demand and meeting supply into two different parts. Alright, two separate videos. Alright, now the first video, this one, we are only going to talk about the determination of market price and what happens when we do not follow market price. And then next video we're going to talk about how a change in demand and how a change in supply would affect both market price and the so-called equilibrium quantity. Okay, now both are important, so make sure you are very familiar with the content of this video and the next video. They are one of the most important topics, not just in your exam, but also in the public examination. Okay, now I just look at the 2019 paper, like I mentioned again and again. As expected, a lot of questions on demand and supply. Actually, some of the questions quite difficult by our standard, okay, by our Form 4 standard, quite difficult. So let's see whether we have time to look at them later. Okay, now, so let's begin this video. Now, we talk about, okay, this time we start with a graph. Okay, 大家最中意 graph 㗎啦，係咪啊？ We talked about demand, right? And then we also talked about supply. Now you see, as you can already guess, the most important point in this graph would be the point where they intersect. We call the point PE, equilibrium price, and corresponding equilibrium quantity. Okay, now得啦，我望一望啦。Here I said, in fact, market price is obtained when by two forces, demand and supply. 係咪啊？兩個 force， 一個叫 demand， 一個叫 supply 啦。When they meet up, that would be the so-called equilibrium price. Okay， 嗱我哋發覺啦 ，it is determined by the point where QD is exactly equals to QS。 當需求量等於供應量嗰點呢 we call this the equilibrium point, and this is the point where we have a market price. Okay, so this is a graphical representation. Now let us also look at how we interpret that in a table form. Okay, 嗱我哋睇 table 啦，好唔好啊？嗱 basically these two columns are the demand, and this guy and this guy together, they form the supply. Alright, 嗱頭先嘅而家我講咩啊？ We need the point where QD is exactly equals to QS. So this is the point when QD equals to QS, and we know the equilibrium price would be $3. Okay, so PE here $3, and QE, equilibrium quantity, 6 units. Okay, now this is the technical aspect. Now let us look at the theory behind, the theory and some logics behind. Okay, 頭先我哋話啦 when QD equals to QS, we call that equilibrium. 嗱咩叫 equilibrium 呢？ Equilibrium refers to the situation when there is no tendency to change. Now, 我哋話 market situation 啊 we mean both price and quantity. There is no tendency for price and quantity to change. Okay, so let's look at the situation. What happens when the price does not follow the point where QD equals to QS? Okay, now let's look at it. When the price is way too high, look at logic first. Okay, when price is too high, now what happens will be two situations. Okay? When price is too high, seller would want to sell more, 係咪啊 ？Basically, QS very big. But on the other hand, according to the law of demand, buyer way too expensive, 太貴啦，唔買啦。QD would be smaller. Here, combining, we will see the situation when price is way too high. We will have a situation when QS is bigger than QD. 好多貨喺度啊，不過冇人想要啫嘛。We call this situation a surplus. 好啦，有 surplus 啊 ，that means there would be some idle stock waiting in the inventory 喺個貨倉度等啦，係咪啊？喺貨surplus or sometimes you see excess supply. Either one is okay. Okay. 嗱，有 idle stock 嘅 ，so how to clear idle stock? I'm sure you have heard of the terms 肥仔清倉大減價啦，係咪 ？So here, they will actually lower the price. Lower price to clear the stock until QD equals to QS, which means just clear the stock. Okay, 得唔得？所以你見到啦 ，by this logic, price too high, eventually price will be lower until QD equals to QS, clear the stock. Now what happens when price is too low? Then price is too low, no one wants to sell it. 係嘛？冇人想買啦。But many people want to buy it. Basically, QS a little, but a lot of QD. That will lead to a situation when QS is way lower than QD. 太少啊！呢情況啦，好多人想買，但係買唔到。Basically, 黃子華 right here. Basically, 黃子華 the concert ticket like this. Okay, 好多人想買，不過冇飛俾佢啫嘛。Right now, we call this situation a shortage or excess demand. 好啦 now once you see that the stocks are so popular, as a true economics student, 我哋做奸商啊嘛，咁受歡迎，下一步做咩啊？梗係坐地起價啦。You gain more, right? You see this is very popular, so you raise the price. People will buy it anyway, right? 係咪啊 ？So you raise the price until 又係啦 ，until QD equals to QS. There is just enough buyer to buy your stock. 啱啱足夠啦。You see, either way, either being too high or too low, the result would be you return to QD equals to QS. It is only until you reach this point that you see you don't want to change anything. If you're not at this point, if you're at these points, you want to change, right? You want to change. Okay? So, this is the way, the logic behind it. All right? Now, let's look at some graph. Let's see. Too bad my book is not here. So let's see whether I can steal some places. Yeah. Let me steal this place. Now, let's see what happens. Hold up. We only do price too high, okay? Now, when price is way too high, let's say here. Price is too high. Okay? So, what happens is that when price is at this point, 太高啊, then, do you see? Here, QD is right here. QS is right here. QS is much bigger than QD. We call this a surplus. Basically, surplus meaning idle stock. Right? Idle stock. So what happens? You adjust the price until you reach when QD equals to QS again. Okay, this is a graphical representation. 得唔得啊？ Alright, I'm not going to do it again for the lower one. Alright? 好啦 Now, before we can move on, we need to look at two very thorny issues 幾棘手嘅問題啦。Alright, now, first, someone says shortage necessarily implies scarcity. Okay, now let's see whether it's correct. 好啦 When would you have shortage? Shortage means when QD 大個定細個啊？記唔記得啊 ？Alright, shortage 唔夠啊嘛 ，meaning QD is bigger than QS。好多人想要，但係攞唔到啦。So since you see bigger here, it actually implies something. People would need to compete. Maybe price by price competition or non-price competition. Most likely non-price. 打交咯，係咪啊 ？Non-price. When you see competition, what does that mean? It means scarcity. Alright? So, yes, the first one is correct. Now, scarcity implies shortage. 佢話啦，有 scarcity 就肯定有 shortage. Is that correct? Actually, this one is no. Now, think about it. How do we counter-argue? If we can find a situation, no shortage, but still scarcity, then logically, we already counter this argument, right? Implies mean it must exist, but we can find a situation, this exists, but this does not exist, right? No shortage. In fact, I suggest we do equilibrium case, equilibrium, where QD is exactly equals to QS. Okay? But you remember from the diagram, even if QD is exactly equals to QS, you see something on the left hand side. 咩嚟㗎? We call this a price. When there is a price, it means even at equilibrium, there is a chance we may have price competition. When we have price competition, it means we have scarcity. So we have already proven it. Equilibrium, no shortage. But even no shortage, we can still find scarcity right here. So scarcity does not necessarily implies there is a shortage. Okay, 得唔得? So let us, I think this is so much for all our theories concerning equilibrium and disequilibrium when price is way too high or way too low. Now let's use the remaining time to look at some examples. Alright, 冇乜 example 啦. Alright, let me take a break first. Right, I'm back. Now, first example. Now, 睇清楚啊, read carefully. We need to explain with the aid of a diagram. Meaning, actually, we need both word plus a diagram. Okay, not just a diagram, not just verbal explanation, but both. Okay, 嗱睇下啦. First, a lot of would-be teachers cannot secure a position, 揾唔到工啦 in local school. So let's see. Now, whenever we see these kind of questions, we immediately remember we are talking about the so-called labor market of local school. 我哋係講緊個 labor market 啊。Okay, so here we have supply of teachers, and we also have demand for teachers. Basically, the local schools. Okay, 因為佢哋先會請啲老師㗎嘛，係咪？ We see cannot secure a position. 點解會冇工做嘅？ The reason is like this. There are a lot of teachers, but not enough people hiring them. Okay, so it's like this. The wage here, wage 1. You see, this is the reason why some of them cannot find a job. This is unemployment. 太多人想揾工，但係冇人請人啊。Okay? Unemployment. So, the verbal explanation, now I know this is ridiculous, right? But from a demand supply perspective, we know wage is too high. Wage too high. Therefore, QS is bigger than QD. Then there will be unemployment, all right, or surplus of teachers. Therefore, they cannot secure a position in local school. Okay? Of course, whether this is true or not, I think it is up for debate. 係咪啊？人工太高咯，俾低啲咯。I think this is truly up for debate. I'm not saying whether it's correct or not, alright? I'm only saying sometimes you cannot just use economics. When you only use economics, you embarrass yourself. You only look at the wage, but there are so many things to concern, right? For example, their working time, their qualification, the sacrifice they need to make, right? So, you see, not just about wage. Now, let's do a similar one. Well, a lot of international schools struggle to find enough teachers. Now, let's see. 揾唔到喎，佢話啦，揾唔夠人喎。Right? Again, supply of teachers, and we also have demand for teachers. 哇！我寫緊啲咩 ？Okay， 好啦 ，they are saying the schools, these are the I school, right? Cannot find enough workers, enough teachers. 揾唔夠啦 ，so it means they want a lot, but actually, the market only can supply them with this much. 係咪啊？ So here we have a problem of shortage of international teachers. 咁點解會有 shortage 嘅？ The wage is too low, right? 係咪啊？上面畫清楚先啦。Suppose the wage should be here, 係咪啊？ Suppose the wage should be here, but now it's way too low. 係咪啊？ Now, verbal explanation, we say that wage is too low. Therefore, QD is bigger than QS, resulting in a shortage. Failed to find enough school teachers. Alright? Again, whether this is true or not, I think it's up for debate. Don't just use economics. Again, think about the qualification, the training, all those kinds of things. Alright? 唔係你俾到錢嘅人做啊，佢有冇能力先係咪啊 ？Alright? So don't just think about wage. Think about other important factors as well. So not to embarrass yourself. Alright? So let's move on. Alright, here. Finally, one more example. Fans of Andy Lau fail to buy ticket. Basically, you already see, this is a shortage. 買唔到飛係咪即係 shortage 啊？ Alright, so this time, immediately, we know we have a demand, but then be careful. When we talk about concert ticket, the concert hall, 我想問啦，紅館可以載1萬個人，有冇可能突然間站爆變2萬個人㗎？ No. When we talk about concert halls, they have fixed seats. 係咁多就咁多。Therefore, this time, supply is actually a fixed supply, no matter at what price. 10K people, 10K people. 好嘛？紅館得1萬個。The Hongham Stadium can only accommodate 10K. Then no matter what price, it can only have 10K people. This time, it's a fixed supply. Again, shortage, 係咪啊？ Shortage, meaning the price is way too low. Right? The price is way too low, resulting in a shortage here. 係咪啊？ Again, if this is the way you think, then you are being silly, right? Remember, in a concert, don't just think about whether the price is good or not. You also need to think about a lot of PR things. For example, let's say Andy Lau, he says, 我見到啦，既然啊，其實my tickets are way too cheap. Let's raise the price. Of course, economics speaking, when we talk about economics, that is a wise move. But think about his reputation, right? 有好多唔同嘅因素你要考慮㗎。Don't just think about economics. Okay? Now, when we talk about fixed supply, I also have other examples. We just talk about concert hall, right? 係咪啊？ concert 啦。Another very typical example, tunnel 啦，隧道啦，係咁大條。You never see some tunnel. 你冇見過啲 tunnel 啊嘛。Oh, the price is too cheap. It will contract. 你冇見過，突然之間嚇，本來咁大條 tunnel 嘅，咁樣收縮噶嘛。你未見過咁變態噶嘛。Alright, there is no such intelligent tunnel. Okay, let's just call them intelligent tunnel. Alright, no such magical tunnel. Okay, so tunnel concept, they are fixed in supply. Alright, so let's look at a few more examples. Now, if the market price of a good is equal to equilibrium price, now basically it says equilibrium, right? The seller can sell all they are willing to supply at that price. Now basically, this means no shortage. 唔係，呢個唔係 no shortage, no surplus. At equilibrium, is there any surplus? Actually, no surplus. This one is correct. 賣唔晒啫咩意思啊？冇突嘢出嚟咯，係咪啊 ？Equilibrium 冇突嘢，一咪啱咯。One is correct. Number two, there is no pressure. Yes, standard definition. Equilibrium means no pressure to change, no tendency to change. Sales revenue, this one not correct. Now this one depends on elasticity of demand. We have not talked about it, so let's skip it. Consumers' want of all good is fully satisfied. 唔係喎。Remember, when we talk about wants, we know human wants, like you guys always mention, are unlimited. 係咪啊？ It can never be fully satisfied. 係咪啊？ So this one is also incorrect. A is the answer. Okay? Now, what happens when all human wants are satisfied? Then there will be no scarcity. Then why do you study economics? 係咪？咁我讀 econ 嚟做咩啊？冇 scarcity 讀嚟做咩啊？ Right? So this is the way we talk about it. Right? Now, next one is a relatively easy question. Here it says, rental accommodation was fixed. 嗱，馮姐佢講咩意思啊？ Was fixed in supply， 佢話你聽啦，條 supply 打直啦。Due to high demand, many disappointed could not rent。逢親叫 could not rent 即係佢想講咩啊 ？I think for those of you who have been paying attention, you know it means shortage。咁其實啦已經畫到啦，係咪啊 ？It only draw 嗱 this time it only asks you to draw a diagram. Then we only draw a diagram. Then be done with it. We just say supply is fixed. This is a fixed supply. Then we have a demand. Right now, we need shortage to appear. Shortage 咩意思啊 ？QD is too big. Okay? This is our shortage. 係嘛？呢個就係我哋嘅 shortage 啦。好嘛？嗱 ，then why there is a shortage? Because the price is way too low. Okay, 得唔得 So this is the way we do this question. Only 2 marks. So let's not waste time. Yeah, one more question and we are done with this chapter. Now, they are talking about, now this one quite a long question. All right. Now, Ban pay a minimum wage in Hong Kong. Okay, 嗱睇啦 Hong Kong minimum wage 4410. Now the story is that in mainland China, several times higher. I think right now is actually around 15600. 香港嘅人工就4410，中國嘅人工就15600。So think about it. If you're Ban, where would you choose? You would choose to go CN, not go Hong Kong. What does that mean? That means 咩意思啊？呢個即係咩意思啊 ？That means when when the domestic helper, they go to China, the supply of foreign domestic helper in Hong Kong would actually decrease. OK 得唔得啊？呢個就係我哋要做嘅嘢啦。Alright, now think about it. Let's look at the question. Some employer says now for simplicity reason, we have not learned minimum wage. So I've drawn the situation. Originally, this is our minimum wage. 我畫咗俾你啦 alright? Now they say, some employees in Hong Kong claimed, even if we offer higher wage, 佢而家講咩啊 ？Wage would increase. Alright, so let's draw it first. Since we are willing to increase the wage, okay, this is a new wage, but then they still find there would be insufficient foreign domestic helper. 即係咩意思啊 ？Shortage, right? But then we have a funny situation. 咦，我哋要解釋係 shortage 喎 ，but how come this is a surplus, right? 即係點搞啊 ？I think I already tell you the answer. Here, because supply needs to decrease. 我哋望一望咩情況啦喎 ？We need 嗱 ，we know if we draw here surplus, this is incorrect, right? 我哋應該要倒轉嚟做喎。We need it to be here, shortage. So how can we create a shortage? Only when the supply of Ban decrease by this much. OK 係咪啊？原來啦 ，this is our new supply curve. Alright, this is the way we draw the diagram. Now, verbal explanation, we say that the Hong Kong market and the China market, they belong to 而家我哋講 supply 嘛 ，so they belong to competitive supply. Since CN becomes more attractive, so supply in Hong Kong would decrease. Then we write if supply decreased so much that even after wage increase, there would still be a shortage. 係咪啊？ Then unable to find people, right? This is the logic behind this question. Now, this is a very difficult question. I suggest when you do your revision, revise it more again and again until you are fully familiarized with this question. Alright, so yes, this is actually the first part of demand meeting supply. 呢個啦就係 demand 加 supply 嘅第一 part 啦。We have finished with equilibrium and disequilibrium. For the next video, which will be the last video in this series of video, we will talk about a change in demand supply and how the market price would be affected. Okay, until then, I see you later.